Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Firewall again. In this video I just want to give you brief introduction of Checkpoint small scale appliances. So currently I am logging to Checkpoint VNF appliance. So VNF is one of the small scale appliance generally we use for basic things like VPN connectivity purpose, for small scale requirements, for a small company having less users, less traffic passing like situation. Generally we use the small checkpoint appliances, small scale checkpoint appliances. Just wanted to give you an overview. Once you log into this appliance, you will be presented with the home screen, and here you are seeing the system information where you are seeing what is the version of this appliance OS, what is the MAC associated with that. Uh, Once you go to the security dashboard, you have the flexibility that what feature of this appliance you want to enable, like firewall, user access, application you are filtering, QoS, intrusion prevention, IPS, antivirus, anti-bot, threat regulation, anti-spam. If you go to the security management, here you have a procedure where you can define how these appliances act, like how you can manage this appliance. Local management is nothing but you have to take a web UI of this appliance and you need to manage from there. But if you go with the central appliance, security management option, you have flexibility that you can manage this appliance using management server, right? Then if you are using some sort of cloud services, if you configuring a cloud service provider that handle your safety policy and will supply wide the service. So if you are trying to manage these appliances, getting the use of the cloud service provider that handle your security policies and everything, you can use this. I would say the service, cloud service. Then licenses, if you have whatever the licenses is with respect to this appliance, you can import or see here. Right now I can see it's a trial basis. Sitemap is one of the important feature what it has. Over here you are seeing multiple options which you can enable and easily utilize. In device you have this much options, likewise access policy, threat prevention, SSL and everything. Whichever option you want to configure, you just have to come to this site and you have to just click to it. You will directly reach to that option. That is actually what it is. So we're talking about the home screen now. Then monitoring options, notification, active device, monitoring reports and troubleshooting tools. This is all feature you have. Then you go to the device. Here you will see your WAN interface, what services or what how you have configured this. For example, like now it's a DSCP connection type. If you want whatever the connection type you want, you can apply it from here. Then local network, what is your local network behind this appliance? You can set up here. You can have multiple local network as per your requirement. Different VLAN you can configure. By default it come up with the LAN 1 and DMZ. You can configure that as per your requirements. Hotspot is, again, you can configure get access and hotspot browser authentication if you have requirement. Routing you can configure here. Basically this is what the default link comes. You can't modify this route, but however you can add multiple routes here as per your requirements. MAC filtering, again, if you already attached with some devices, we'll be saying these details here. If you want to configure the DNS settings, you can come here and configure similarly like a proxy settings. And likewise, you have other options like if you go to the system operations, what you want to do, reboot, default setting, factory default, manage, upgrade, reverse to the previous image, creating backups, restore, you can deliver from the system operation. Then if you go to the administrator, you can add your admins here as per your role-based access controls. You can define the admins here. Then administrator access, select the source from which you allow the administrator to access. You can give your LAN, VPN, internet, what are the IP addresses. Even you can change the access port. Right now I have to log in, like say this is the IP address 192.168.191, but I have to give this port service. This port service you can configure here, so that only giving that syntax or URL you will be able to get the login page. Then device details, you can change it here. You can give the name or whatever you like. Date and time, it's more of your by default things, but if you like to set a network time protocol, you can do it from here. DDNS is your DDNS is nothing but your domain name server systems and device access. If you want to configure this, connect to the appliance by the name from the internet DDNS, you can go for it. We'll talk on this later on. Then tools, if you want to test something, like say for example you want to ping something from here, you can do it. So within the one appliance, we'll be having all these facilities which you can explore. Then if you want to see the install certificates, you can see that. You can do the new sign certificates if you can, if you have those requirements. If you can also see the format of the internal certificate, since then what is the validity and what is the time frame. Replacement of the internal CA, you can do that. You can export the CA or you can sign a request for the CA. If you want to configure the clusters for this appliance, you can configure from these settings and many more, right? If you go to the next tab, access policy, here you can see you can have a multiple policies type. One is strict, one is standard, one is off. Standard is nothing but a normal policy what we generally do from the admin side. Explicit policies we install, and application and URL filtering, those are the things you can configure from here. You have a URL filtering and other things. Strict is also the policy where you can restrict this appliance as per your requirement, and it's more of your the access policy page what you configure. Block all traffic by default is the situation here. Basically, once I apply this, all the traffic which hitting to this appliance is by default block. You need to go to the access policy page and change those whichever you need to apply. Then you go to the unsaved, yes. Then you go to the policy tab. Here you can define your explicit policies. Just you have to come here wherever you want to have the policy. You can define that VPN thing and everything. I have just a small VPN configure, that's why it's by default that will comes here, and you can see these things as well. Servers, server definition and access permission and that for the server objects. We'll talk on this later on. NAT, you can configure your see it's by default saying the outgoing traffic, it's on, hide internal network behind the gateway external IP address. That is what by default on. You can make it off as well. So this is a small and simple thing you can do with this particular NAT as well. Then there is a user awareness, bread control, QoS, policy, SSL inspection. All those things you can do with this appliance. Very flexible. Threat prevention, again you can apply this as per your requirements. If you have to protect something with respect to the straight, you can come here, you can apply the things here, you can put it into detect mode, or whatever uh, prevent mode with respect to your requirements, you can deliver from here. Anti-spam also you can configure from here. Now let's go to the VPNs. In VPNs, you can configure your site-to-site VPN, remote access VPN both. Site-to-site VPN, just you have to come here, you have to enable this feature, and just you need to configure the VPN site, then whatever the VPN community you need to give. But this option is only applicable for the cloud services, that is fine. VPN tunnels, you can configure you can see the tunnels actually once it's got formed, having the site established communication with the gateways. And in advance, you can define what routing that VPN tunnel should take, what manual IP address it take to reach to the outside world. If you want to have a permanent tunnel or whatever the health monitoring method is going to apply to a VPN, you can set from here. Likewise, you can have these certificate options and everything out here. And lastly, there is objects, user and objects. So it has a various things, user awareness, users, you can define, add users over here. There's a lot, guys. I mean, uh, depending on your requirement, you can configure this appliance. Uh, so guys, I hope you found this video informative. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and have a wonderful day.